Historically, terrorists have tended to be very conservative in their actions by sticking to proven methods of violence in which they have developed a significant expertise. While not opposed to innovation, new methods tend only to occur in terrorism as a result of a need to maintain the element of surprise, a need for escalation, as an outgrowth of the group's ideology, or a leader's preference for a new technique. There exists an elaborate training network in the terrorist community and a fair amount of collusion among groups, so information transfer among terrorist organizations is swift and effective. Therefore, when a successful innovative attack occurs, others will most likely be quick to imitate the technique. Tactically, nuclear terrorism has a greater chance of failure as opposed to conventional terrorism because it's high profile and would most likely be clandestine. To bypass increased security measures, trends indicate that terrorists are moving away from clandestine attacks, such as 9/11, where the attackers were recruited, trained, and financed abroad, to domestic-based attacks, such as the bombings in Madrid in 2004 and London in 2005, where the attackers were recruited from the local population and support abroad was minimal. Furthermore, acquiring a nuclear device through the theft or black market could attract a lot more attention than acquiring a conventional bomb, making materials from legitimate retailers. As terrorist groups entertain a lot more risk going through a nuclear black market riddled with dishonest suppliers and foreign intelligence services. To conduct a nuclear attack, there is a sequence of actions that must occur. First, a group with the necessary skill, resources, and organization must agree to commit an act of nuclear terrorism. This decision may represent a major shift in the group's doctrine, so if a consensus is not met, the group may fracture. The group must then procure an intact weapon or fissile material that would most likely be very costly. Next, a terrorist must have the technical skill to bypass the safeguards on an intact weapon or assemble an IND from the fissile material. The group must transport the device to a staging area near its target without detection. This becomes more difficult if the device must be transported across borders and if the device is unstable. Finally, the device must be successfully detonated at the target. At any point in this sequence, a terrorist plot could be detected or the group's members arrested. Acquiring the weapon may be the riskiest step for the terrorist group and the most favorable point to prevent nuclear terrorism. However, this risk of detection drops the further a group progresses towards an attack.